How's everyone doing? How's NostalgiaCon day 3 for everybody? Who's here done 3 days? One, two. Yeah. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. All right, our next panel is going to be the Punky Brewster panel. My name is Daniel. Yeah. My name is Daniel. I'm from the Legacy of Nerd. I'm from San Antonio, coming to Houston. Go Spurs, go. First, I'd like to introduce everybody, Cherie Johnson.
Hey, sorry, I was back there playing with Soleil. Hi, sweetie.
And then we got our Punky Brewster, Soleil Moon Frye.
Hi. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here, y'all.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Sit. How are you guys doing? How are
Hi,
you guys
you guys look amazing today. Are you guys having fun? Yes?
How are you guys enjoying Houston so far?
We are loving it. Any chance that I get to be with my bestie is amazing, and everybody has been so wonderful and loving and kind, and it's like made my heart grow exponentially being here.
I heard this is your first appearance together at a con. Is that correct?
No, it's
Oh, no,
our
it's not.
first appearance together in Houston.
Texas.
In Texas.
Yes.
Gotcha. Awesome.
But this is very new for us, you know?
Right.
Like it's so much fun to be able to travel together and just any chance we get to spend time together.
So, this Punky Brewster, that first aired almost 40 years ago now.
I don't know how that would be possible because I don't think we're 40 yet. So I don't know.
I think it was like more like 43 years.
No, Cherie, what are you talking about? Are you trying to age us up?
I'm 50.
How wild is it that you're still, you get recognized and you have people coming to your table for a show that came on when you were working on when you were a kid? What is that like?
It is a huge blessing that we have friends everywhere.
Amen. I literally say if I'm 120 years old and people still call me Punky, I will be so happy because Punky and Cherie, we hold so close to our hearts, and it was like playing make-believe every day, and I think Punky and Cherie inspired so much in our individuality and being different and accepting what made us different. And to be a part of something so timeless is just like such an honor, and I'm so thankful. And it's so awesome to meet people that come up and then their kids have been brought up with it, and it's just like generations, and it's so special.
Now, obviously, you both were child actors. What was it like being a child actor during that time?
I didn't know I was working. Literally, Punky Brewster gave me my best friend. And all I was doing every day was like going to her house after work and eating her mom's food and swimming in her pool. And she had a horse at one time, so we were like riding the horses. I literally went to work and played every single day.
And it was so awesome when we got to do the continuation of the show. And it was her birthday, and I was like, how is your birthday going, Cherie? And what'd you say?
I'm standing in a tree house with you.
With my best friend. And I mean, it's like that, it's just our hearts. Like, oh, it's so good.
I think I turned 46 years old, and I still got to stand in a tree house with her. I cried every single day we did the reboot.
Same.
It became a running joke. They were like, okay, when are they going to start crying today?
We were just so grateful.
That's awesome. Now, if I remember correctly, this show was built by your uncle, or Bill felt like a family member. How did this show come to be when it originally aired back then?
Well, my uncle and Brandon Tartikoff, who were great friends at the time, he was the president of NBC. My uncle had an idea to do this show, and it was called Punky Brewster. He had this little niece who had just arrived in California, and he was trying to take care of her, and I never matched my shoes. And he was embarrassed, and he ended up writing this great show, and he told me to read it. And he used my name, and he used Punky, but he had no plans on me being in the show. His wife snuck me to the audition because I told him, if you're going to use my name, how are you going to hire somebody else? And at my very first audition, I met this cute little thing.
And we got into trouble immediately, you guys. We were immediately best friends and immediately mischievous, and it was love at first sight.
Absolutely.
And there was a lot of people going for the Punky Brewster role, right?
Yeah, it was like 50,000, 60,000. It was crazy, and it was really it was so competitive, and it was crazy. Like at one of the last auditions, I only found out later that someone had like called to cancel the audition, but it wasn't real. Like somebody and then I went, and then somebody said they got the part. So my mom was like, okay, let's go. And so I was like, no, I'm not leaving. Like, I still want to go in. And so it really, we really fought for it. And I'm so thankful that we did.
I'm thankful too. They audition girls, just so you know, in New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles.
That's
for Punky.
insane.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It was crazy.
Now, one thing about this show is that, early on, it dealt with foster care very, very early on. What are your thoughts about that? Now that you're older, what do you kind of think about it hitting some of those really strong points in those times?
It was incredible. When you think about the show and topics that it dealt with and the emotions behind it, and yet there was humor. It was a time where really there was so much healing through laughter and vulnerability, and it was so exquisite and amazing to be a part of that. And we would get letters and people sharing their stories, and they still share their stories, and it's such a unifying show. And my mom, I learned much more later in life that she really, I understood more her being out on her own at a very early age, had lost both of her parents, and to just be a part of something that was so much about the family we choose was, Cherie being my family, Henry being my family, Brandon, that families could look totally different and you could still be family. And I think that's so much of what has endlessly connected us to the show and to people, because it is such an honor to be here with you guys. And when you come and share stories with us, it's like we're so thankful because we're getting the opportunity to meet the people that we grew up with as well. And so thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. And thank you for giving us so much love.
Awesome. What are your thoughts, Cherie? I'm curious.
Well, I know that you guys have followed Soleil a little bit, but Punky has so shaped the woman that she is. Because if you walk in her home, there's children of every ethnicity from every background that she literally raises. So I think it was such a beautiful opportunity. It was a time where we were all innocent, and we knew love and we knew friendship, and there was no division. And I really wish we could get back to that again. And I really believe that the people who grew up with us are still living that. And our kids will be the ones that change everything.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now,
she's the bestest friend ever. I know, I always get so emotional because I feel it's so true. She's just amazing.
But you guys don't understand, if you walk past her booth right now, there's a little boy there. His name is Ofeo. And she raises Ofeo.
What? He raises
raised,
me. He and his family
But
raised
that's
me.
her baby. Even when she has my daughter with her, and they say well, whose kids are these? She's like, these are my kids. And they'd be looking like
our kids, as mine are hers,
Yes, they're our kids.
Yeah.
Now, Punky Brewster was a cultural phenomenon. What was it like during that time when it was just big? What was it like being a kid on a TV show when it was just big?
We had friends. We had
It
friends
was
everywhere.
so fun.
Didn't you go to the White House?
We went to the White House. Oh my goodness, I got lost once in the White House, and my mom found me eating Popeye's Kitchen in the Oval Office, my feet up with the Secret Service. That was super cool. We got to do all of these amazing things, and that was incredible. And at the same time, our parents made sure we got to do so much of it together, so we were still able to be kids, and they really encouraged that. So we would like leave set, and then we would have slumber parties, and we were always at each other's homes, and so it was amazing, and it was a real joy. And also, our parents always encouraged us to give back, and philanthropic, charity, like that was such a part of our lives. So we would go and visit kids that were in foster care, and kids would come to the set to visit that were going through different turmoils in their lives. And so that was always innately a part of the ecosystem of how we were brought up, which I think really kept us grounded. And then all of a sudden, like, Johnny Depp would show up on the set, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So you had those moments, which were totally surreal and fantastic, and yet, like, and totally bizarre, like, because other kids would scooter around the neighborhood, and we would be, like, hiding in Johnny Carson's office. So it was different and unique, and something I would not change one moment of.
Not for a day. Do you remember they were looking for us to come to work? You guys say, what was it like going to work? We didn't know we were at work. We were in Cyndi Lauper's bus, and she was dressing us up and putting makeup on us because she was doing the Johnny Carson show.
That's
like,
amazing.
yeah.
Oh, see, she has such a good memory. I'm like, oh.
One thing I always hear is that the 80s child stars all knew each other.
Yeah, and it's so fun being here because it's like a reunion. Because, like, okay, for example, so Joey Lawrence and his brothers, like, we were all on NBC at the same time, right? And so they'd have these specials, and we went to, like, Finland together to do like a Christmas special, and then they'd have these things that'd be like, NBC, let's all be there. You know, and you'd, like, go and sing together. It'd be like Knight Rider and Cosby Show and, like, all these different, Golden Girls, and it was just crazy.
It's surreal. Like, the other day, I looked at Soleil, and I said, oh, my God. Is that Joey? Now, mind you, it wasn't his face, it was the back of his head. But I haven't seen Joey in probably 40 years. And I walked up to his booth, and I was like, hi, I don't know if you remember me. He's like, what are you doing, Cherie? So it's amazing to do things
and
like
Seth
this.
Green is, like, still one of my lifelong dearest friends, and came back and did the continuation with us. I was like, Seth, will you come play with us? So it's really, really fun to have those relationships.
That's awesome. Speaking of the continuation, the revival, how did the revival happen? How did that get started?
Oh my goodness, it was a huge labor of love. And
don't look at me. I didn't know. They didn't tell me.
No, it was such a labor of love, and we worked on it for years, and we had so much fun doing it.
It was really hard for them to push it through, and they didn't tell me because they knew I would have told you guys. Because I would tell everything, I would announce it. But Soleil worked really hard with NBC and Peacock and my uncle to get it back on.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of her because, you guys, I don't know if you realize, not only did she come back as Punky, but this time she came back as a producer.
Thank you. It was an amazing journey.
What was it like stepping back into those roles?
Oh, it was totally natural. It was so much fun. It was so great. We were right at home. It was an amazing group of people, amazing cast of kids. They were incredible. And Freddie, I mean, it was just an awesome dream come true. And really, the audience was wonderful that watched it and supported it. And I just wanted to keep going. Punky Cherry Reunion. Let's keep them going.
We wanted 5 years, but I have to point this out, too. Like, I'm so proud of her as being a woman producer, because in my lifetime, I've only worked with 4 women directors, and 3 of them were on Punky Brewster because she made sure it happened.
You're so sweet. I love you.
It's a big deal.
That's amazing. And since then, too, you've worked on a documentary as well, right?
Yes. I love making documentaries. I don't know if any of you have seen Kid 90, but please check it out. It's on Hulu. And then The Carters, which has been a documentary very close to my heart, which is on Paramount Plus. And then in Dallas, if anyone's in Dallas coming up, I have a documentary premiering there called The Werewolf and the Waves at the Dallas International Film Festival in a few weeks.
That's amazing. Now Kid 90, that was a big project, right?
Yes.
What all went into that?
Oh, a lot of tears, a lot of emotions, a lot of heartache. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I carried a video camera everywhere I went my entire life, and then I locked all the footage away, and I had never really watched it all back or listened to all my audios. I kept all my voicemails and journals, and So really, it was like unlocking Pandora's box. And there were many of my friends that are still here and flourishing and doing amazing things in their lives. And then some of my very close friends who were no longer here. So it was a very, very emotional coming of age at this stage of life journey, and really healing as well, and changed my entire life.
That's amazing. What was it like seeing it on your end?
I was so, like, I remember the days, but I wasn't allowed out. My mama didn't let me go anywhere.
She's not in any of the footage because her mom didn't let her out.
But I got to see everything. And so I kind of felt like I was there. But I was so incredibly proud. Just, it took me the opportunity to, like, reminisce, remember the stories, and relive the journey with you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Leo produced that.
Leo's
right?
company, Appian Way.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
We had some amazing, I mean, incredible. We had an incredible team on it.
That's awesome.
Sean Penn was also an executive producer. It was
I was-
we had a really great group on it.
Sean Penn was exactly. That's a big deal.
Excuse me, I'll pick that name up, but I love him. What can I say?
just Oscar winners.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
whatever.
you know what it was though? It was so incredible. Like the amount of support. Sarah Gilbert was one of the first people to see it with Linda Perry. Linda Perry wrote an exquisite score. I mean, she was so incredible. And then I wrote letters to some of my favorite musicians, and it was like, it was incredible. Like I mean, literally, I pinched myself. Like I wrote Trent Reznor a letter because there was music where it was like in the background of the footage, and Eddie Vedder gave us music. Like it was just incredible the way people rallied around that documentary, and it just gives me so much belief and faith in each other as artists and how we can all support each other.
That's amazing. And I do want to touch upon some of the things that you've done since then as well, because you were a Sabrina.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
You were on the
woo!
Proud Family.
Yes.
What were?
Proud Family.
Yes,
Yeah.
Proud Family.
We'll start with Cherie. What's it like being on the Proud Family? Because that's an iconic role as well.
I got the Proud. Are you talking about Family Matters? Or
I'm
the
sorry,
Proud
Family Matters,
That's
sorry.
okay. I was gonna say Family Matters was really fun. I came out of Family Matters 1.5 years after Punky, and ended up doing 9 seasons with a group of other kids. So, you know, who goes to work? I just go to play. But nothing will be like Punky. But it was fun. But we did the Proud Family.
Yeah. Proud Family is awesome. Such
Yeah.
a fun show to be a part of.
Yeah, it was.
And what about Sabrina? What was that like as well?
Oh my goodness. Sabrina's awesome. Melissa is one of my very dearest friends and love her so much. So again, like so much fun to work with people you love. It just makes all the difference in the world, you know? I mean, it's really great. And like for sure at work now, you're like, okay, no negative. And you just always want to be around positive people, you know? Like life is so precious.
That's awesome. Now, I did get a couple of messages when I found out to do Punky Brewster. And so one of the messages I got, they were asking, what can you remember was your favorite scene filming?
Oh, there's so many, but I mean, we got to talk about the refrigerator episode. I mean, come on, right? I mean, that goes down in history for sure. Cherie in the refrigerator. What about you? I mean, and then there's so many over the time, but the other one that well, there's many.
I have a favorite scene.
Yeah.
You sitting at the piano
Oh,
with
well,
Andy.
that's okay. So yeah. So if it's a favorite moment other than being with Cherie, if we're real, I was madly in love with Andy Gibb. When I say so in love with Andy Gibb, if you ever want to see a girl falling in love, go back and watch the piano scene. Now, he came back and did it, like, in the 80s, you could come back and play, like, 2 different people, you know? Like a show would, like, just all of a sudden recast somebody the next week. Andy Gibb was on the show twice because I was so in love with him. And he is playing at the piano, and I am like this. And I'm melting, and it's like you are watching someone fall gaga with the biggest crush you've ever seen of all time. And that was, to me, definitely one of the most epic moments in my entire life.
Well, wait, watch her giggle again. She fell in love twice. What about Mr. Chico DeBarge?
Well, then there was Chico DeBarge. And when the DeBarges came to play, you see it again. And Chico DeBarge, I was also totally in love with. Yeah. Cross the line, these songs. I mean, so good. But really, any moment I got to be with Cherie in the treehouse was also. And George Gaines, who, I mean, the heart-to-hearts that we would have, and it was just incredible.
That's amazing.
What about you? What was your favorite moment?
Well, I loved watching you with Andy because
Oh,
I knew
you
that you
love
really
what-
yes, it was hilarious. And then Chico, we're bouncing, and she's like, I also loved, because it's so us, you standing at the cemetery with me when I went to visit my parents. That love and support ends up being what we really lived. My uncle passed away, who created the show last year. And the first phone call that I made was to Soleil. And when it was time to go to his memorial, I had no plans on speaking, but I got punked by Punky. And she made me go up to the podium, but she didn't make me go up there by myself. She stood right there with me. And so it didn't mean so much then, you know what I'm saying? But it means so much now, because it's so very much the relationship that we have. Thank you.
It's amazing.
I love her.
Well, on that note, unfortunately, we are out of time, but thank you so much
Thank
for being
you so
here.
much.
You guys are amazing. Give them a round of applause,
Thank
everybody.
you so much,
Thank
you all.
you.
Like, thank you for being here and for your love.
Really appreciate it.
Love
See, you
you.
got to see me cry again, which I do every time they bring up Punky.
I love you.
I love
And you
too.
guys will be here for the rest of the afternoon. Then
Yes,
come talk
we're
to you.
here.
Come
say
see
hi.
us.
Come give us hugs. Love you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Of
sure,
course.
now that I'm crying.
You really do mean the world to us.